What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a little different. We're doing some maintenance on a new car. So this car is new to the channel. It is actually not new to me at all. This is my fiance's daily driver. It's a 2005 V6 Highlander, front wheel drive. So it needs rear wheel bearings really bad. We just did two semi-major road trips on this car and they were howling. So we're gonna get those changed out. Luckily they're bolt-in, this being a front wheel drive. And I noticed when I was looking under it the other day, it needed some front sway bars, and then I'll just do an oil change too, because we have a trip from Memphis to South Carolina under its belt, and then Memphis to Bowling Green, Kentucky under its belt. So it's had quite a few miles on it, mostly highway miles, just going, and it needs a little bit of love. So I don't know how well this will be able to be filmed, but I'm gonna get started on pulling the rear tires and starting in on the wheel bearings, just letting this cool down a little bit, and then I'll start the oil change. And then the front sway bars, or the end links, I will probably do last, but I will bring you guys along with this just because, it's something new and interesting to me anyway. So I'm gonna film it and I'm gonna post it. Alright, so now that we got the rear wheels off, I'm going to treat this kind of like a brake and rotor job and just remove those components, and then I will get back with you and we'll see what else needs to be done. Alright guys, so I pulled the caliper off and then I pulled the rotor off. The rotor gave me some trouble. Most of them should have a bolt hole or a threaded part where you can put two bolts in and thread them in and they will push the rotor out. But it looks like there's 4 bolts holding these wheel bearings in. So I'm gonna loosen those. They look like a 17 and I will film that being done. Alright guys, so I'm gonna give you an update since it briefly cut there. This is the state that I'm in right now. So the hub right there, the old one, is currently stuck in it's not the knuckle, but it's like the backing plate area. So I have it over here in a vise. I've been heating it up, soaking it in Croil, and there is not much progress with getting it out. You can see there's a little gap all the way around, but I am going to town on this thing and it does not want to come out. So I am going to keep working on that. I had to take the whole drum, or the parking brake drum, off, and I also broke I believe it's the ABS wire right here, and there's the connector. So I'm going to have to do some creative work with that. I'll probably just depen it and then redo that. It's not that big of a deal. I have all the tools here to do it, but just thought I'd give you an update. It's not as easy as other YouTube videos might make it. This is, I'm assuming, rusted in there, so I'm having quite a bit of trouble. Just wanted to give you guys an update since it cut abruptly at the last clip, but yeah, I'm struggling. See ya. Alright guys, so I finally got it out. It was rusted into the backing plate. You can see right here it's pretty crusty in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some sandpaper and sand the inside of this ring right here so that the new one slides in pretty easy. And then I'm going to get some anti-seize and put it on the back of this plate, and I'm going to get some red Loctite and put it in the bolts and put it back together. I'll take a video of it just so you guys can kind of see that. Alright guys, so as you can see I got the new hub on with the bolts in. I put some anti-seize on the friction points and some red Loctite on the bolts there. I'm going to torque these to 59 foot-pounds. I'm going to go in a star pattern. And 4. I'm just going to go over each one again. Good. 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 And good. Alright, so after we get those torqued, I personally am going to get I think it's the ABS connector on the back, or the wheel speed sensor. And then, as you can see, I don't have any of the parking brake hardware on there. I had to take that off so I could take the whole assembly off and beat it with a hammer. Hopefully you don't have to do that, but I definitely did. So I'm going to work on getting that back together, and I will catch up to you after. Alright guys, so I just finished up this side. I am now working on getting the other side done, and as you can see, parking brake stuff is off. That is because it is stuck also, and it is over there in the vise soaking in some Croil. So I'm going to get that done, and while I wait, I'm going to change the oil. You can look up a video on YouTube of how to do that. It's pretty self-explanatory. Alright guys, so I got the rear done on both sides. I'll show you the other side real quick. So those are both done and torqued, and now it is on to the front sway bar links. I already did the passenger side, but these guys had some ripped boots and just looked pretty gross, so I'm replacing them with brand new ones. All you will need to take these off is a 17 mil. Now there's a possibility that if they're bad, they will start to spin the whole stud. So there is a hex on the inside of those, and that would be a 6 mil Allen. So the passenger side did spin, so I have that ready to go. You can also use vice grips on the inside, or like where the boot's at. There's a little metal ring there, so you can use that as well. But I'm gonna get this done and probably wrap up for the night. Alright, so that's starting to spin, so we will get our handy dandy Allen key and wrench. So I'll set this guy. There's a little bit of rust in there, so wiggling that in. I'll get this guy over here. Just slowly start to take it off. Just do this the easy way. I'm going to leave that connected for the last few threads so that it keeps this one in place. It seems like this one's coming off with no issues and it's not spinning, so I'm just going to keep going with that. This is the only one that didn't spin, so it is kind of nice that it's the last one. So that one's off, and then we're just going to take this top one the rest of the way off, and then you should just be able to pull it out and then put your new one in with the new nuts. And you really shouldn't have to worry about it spinning. I'm not worried about it spinning, so I'm just gonna send it down in there. So there's that one. Put your new nuts on. These also have Allens on them, so in case it does spin, you can go ahead and get those off. So the new ones are not going to be a 17, they're actually going to be a 19. So switching my socket real quick. And I'm gonna go to town on these. That one's snugged up. I'm not going to tighten it yet. And then reach this one in here and just tighten it up. Like I said, these new ones shouldn't spin because they're brand new. But if they do have the Allen heads, so it's not that big of a deal. And if these ever go bad, if you're, driving your car quite a bit and wear these ones out too, when you're taking them off and they're worn out, they will have those Allen heads because they'll likely spin. So this one I'm going to tighten up, just good and tight, as the Germans say, and then good and tight. Alright guys, so that will do it for the Highlander. I am going to throw the wheels back on, clean up a little bit, and then I'm done. So this was quick, maintenance for the daily driver for my fiance, so I'm glad that I have it done. It is a dirty job, so just be aware of that when you're doing your thing, but it's pretty easy other than the back hubs fighting me. In principle, it's easy. So if you guys like the video, give it a like. If you guys want to see more of this car, I guess let me know. I don't expect it to really be on the channel again. It's just what I was doing this week. So I will catch you guys in the next one. We'll probably have some Caprice content coming soon, so that'll be a fun video. I won't give it away, but Caprice video will probably be next, and then back on the E30. So I will see you guys next week, and thanks for watching.